Hey guys, today we're going to be filming this super glam look for Valentine's Day. I am obsessed with this look. I created it on the fly during this video, and we tried out some new palettes from Morphe that I got for Christmas, and I am completely obsessed. Also, you'll find a live review for Kylie Jenner lipstick in there because I used Kylie's lipstick for the first time. I've never used a single Kylie Jenner product, but holy shit, I'm going to be buying some more to try out, including probably every color in the lipstick that I put on today. So look for that in the video. And all right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this Glam Valentine's Day makeup look, whether you're going out or you're staying home this year, whatever the case may be. You always want to start with prepping your face with and make sure you're moisturized. I have Dermatologica Active Moist for my face prep. I use this or a Clinique one in my skincare. Right now I'm using the Clinique. I'll talk about those two in my skincare video. But this is always my pre-makeup face prep moisturizer. So we want to go ahead and start after that. After you want to let it sit in for a couple minutes. This is actually probably like one of the first serious tutorials that I've done. Usually I'm like just getting ready live since I've like kind of restarted everything. You want to put a base on after this. I use the Pore Professional by Benefit. This is like my holy grail of bases. There's a couple ones that have come out or that I've been wanting to try. So as soon as I get those in, we're going to do a video on them. We're going to to do live reviews. I use the back of my hand for a palette when I do my makeup. So you'll see me do that a lot to get foundation on if I'm doing a certain thing, or even if I'm working on a customer. I use the back of my hand a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a mirror below me too, because like I can't do my makeup in the camera. Like I'm not that coordinated yet. Get it all on your face and you want to rub it in. This will minimize fine lines, wrinkles, take away your pores, and the setting powder that I use also takes away your pores. I have stuff that's high-end, and I have stuff mid-grade, and I have stuff for my girls that ball on a budget. So as we get more into this on my page, we're going to talk about, different makeup products and my recommendations for each grade level of what, if you want to use high-end, if you kind of are in that mid frame, and if you're balling on a budget, because Lord knows I've been in all three. I apologize if I look this way a lot. My phone sits weird, so like trying to look directly into the camera and remembering to do that instead of like trying to look straight on is just, well, we all know I'm a hot mess. So okay, so that's all rubbed in. The next thing we want to do is foundation. Right now, my holy grail, and you'll hear me say that a lot because it's basically the thing that I'm like, that is either my favorite or it's my current favorite, or it's just like the holy shit product. It Cosmetics CC Creme is the foundation that I like. It comes in regular or Illumination that gives you a little bit of glow. I just always buy the Illumination because there's some days that I want that little bit of extra like dewy sparkle, and then there's some days I don't. So you can always set it with a powder to matte it down and not have the Illumination in it. So if you want to do both, depending on which day, how you're feeling, I just recommend getting the Illumination and then just matting it down if you don't want the Illumination. This is in the shade Fair because I'm a vampire. I recommend you can do this with a wet sponge, or you can do it with a foundation brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03. This foundation brush is awesome. If I was going to use a wet sponge, I would use my palette, but because I have the brush, I'm just going to dab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. This is super glam, so we're not really going light on the foundation. And then I'm just going to dot it all over my face. I like this foundation because it blends in so well. And it's, even if you do wear a lot of it, it tends to not show that you have foundation on. So once I get it dotted on, I'm gonna blend it in here. See how it has a little bit of a dew to it? So you can see it, that's the illumination in it. If you don't want to be shiny or have a little bit of a dew, like I said, we'll matte it down. And I'm going to matte it down for this look. Mainly because I'm obsessed with IT Cosmetics, the setting powder that takes away your pores as well. So it gives you that, like, you know, filtered finish like the base does. Make sure you blend down into your neck so you don't have a crazy line. If you can't find a shade of foundation, which if you can't find your shade of foundation these days with as many shades as they have, there's something wrong with you or you need help. And if you need help, obviously you can ask me or ask somebody at the store. Sometimes you get the shade that is either too light for you. You get the shade that's too light for you or the shade up that's too dark for you, and you can mix them together. I have a foundation by, I think it's Too Faced. My husband bought me for Christmas, and it matches my face, but it has a little bit too much of a yellow tone in it. So I mix it with one of my Morphe thinner, like liquid foundations, and it makes this perfect shade for my face. But if you're not comfortable doing that, I'd say practice, and then you can, you know, you can get better with it over time. Okay, that's all blended in. I blended a little too much, but you know, shit happens. Leave your brush out because you're gonna want it in case you touch up a couple things. Concealer. Now, here's the thing. I have two concealers right now that I'm using that are like, you know, whatever. One is my Holy Grail, and the other one's just become a new favorite of mine. But today we're going to use Holy Grail just for the sake of this live because I haven't talked about this foundation in my new video yet. I mean, this concealer. So we're going to use my Holy Grail, which is Tarte Shape Tape. This is in shade Fair as well because Lord knows I'm a vampire. I'm a little bit weird when it comes to doing my own makeup. I will not buy 75,000 shades of foundation for myself, simply because my face changes so much in the summer with being outside for gardening, farming, whatever the case may be, at the beach, whatever. And I don't want to have to constantly match myself. So I just use my normal foundation. And then if I'm tan, I bronze the shit out of myself to make it match, just because it's me and I can do that. This is actually getting to the bottom of the barrel here. Okay, so concealer. My skin's actually been really great lately, so I don't normally have a lot to conceal. But if you do, we're going to start with our under eye. This is one of the parts you want to highlight from yourself, so you can kind of just draw it and, like, you know, do a little bit of a triangle there. And if you have spots to conceal, sometimes I do right here because I tend to have a little bit of stuff there. I don't have much, but just for the sake of this video, we're going to pretend like I do. Any other dark spots, hyperpigmentation, things you want to cover, etc., etc. And we're going to let that bake for a second, okay, before we blend it in. And then we're also going to set it so we don't get any creases, etc., etc., etc. Where's my concealer brush? I bought this new brush from Morphe. It's a mini buff brush. It's the Morphe M173. P.S. If you're new to this, to my channel or my page, then you will learn that I am obsessed with Morphe. They are my favorite makeup brushes. They're my favorite eyeshadow palettes. They have some foundation out that I want to try that I've been hearing wonderful things about, which is coming. But Morphe brushes, I swear by them. 98% of my makeup brushes are Morphe. I have a couple others here and there that I collected before I got into Morphe that are just still in my collection, but this is what I use 99.999% of the time. This mini buff brush I got the other week because we started letting our daughter use makeup, and I wanted her to have something because I convinced my husband to let her do at least concealer because she hates her under eye because you can see a lot of her veins and from constant, you know, dark circles and everything from past experiences. And so I bought this brush so she could have a little bit of a buff brush for under here. And it turns out that it is freaking amazing. So this is just, you really just want to blend your under eye in, get it all up under your lid here, and then just blend it out into your face so it blends in with your foundation. As you can see, this Shape Tape blends in perfectly, and it highlights just enough. You want, with your concealer, you want to get a shade that matches your face, but maybe just a single shade lighter, just so you have a little bit of that highlight. If you want to go all out, you can get the shade that matches your face and one down, so you can have your highlight for right here and one that matches your face. I just use the one for both of them. I don't go all out. You want to go light with this, and then around the rest of your face, you just kind of want to tap slash buff a little bit to blend it in. I'm looking at myself in the camera, which is why my eyes aren't all over here the whole time. When I have my setup in the shop, we should be able to be, you know, like straight on the whole time. Okay, so our concealer's blended in. Now we have to set it. I don't think I'll need this one anymore, so I'm going to put it in my wash basket. Okay, so for Christmas, Dave got me Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. Now, me being me going, okay, so it's a baking powder, but I could probably use it as a setting powder for my whole face. Do not, if it says baking powder, hard lesson learned, do not use this on your whole face. Use this to bake right here when you contour, or bake your concealer into your face so it doesn't crease, and use it to set it. If you use this on your whole face, you're going to look like something out of Twilight, Interview with the Vampire, etc., etc., etc. And that's even saying something for me, as pale as I am. I have an old lid for a container that was empty, that I just dump a little into. And I mean a little, because you don't need a lot. A little of this goes a long way. And we're going to set our under eyes here. I have a sponge by Real Techniques, these tiny ones. They even make even smaller ones if you need to get, you know, I could probably use the smaller ones for right here, but these are the ones I got for Christmas. So you're going to tap it. This is dry. You're going to tap it into your powder like this, and you're just literally going to tap the powder where your concealer is, under your under eye. So it can bake. You want to get all the way up in there, okay? Dab a little hard if you need to, just to get more on the sponge. It's okay if it looks crazy right now, because we're just going to leave it sit there and brush it off once it's at the end of our makeup, when we're ready to do the rest of our face. So we have to let it bake. You want to leave it sit, okay? Okay. So that's done. Put that away. We could put our sponge back. Actually, that's probably at the point of needing wash now, so we'll just put it in our basket. Okay, eye primer. So I don't have really a holy grail eye primer except for MAC Paint Pot, which I am out of. I think it's in, what's that shade called? Ochre? I can't remember. It's been a while since I had it. But I wanted to get a new one. So I've been using this one for a little bit. It's Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's 24-hour anti-crease. I have no problems with it. It is a little liquidy, so you're going to want to put it on your eyes and let it sit for a minute. So what we're going to do is prime our eyes, do our brows while that sits and it sets, so it's not so liquidy, so you don't brush it off when you go to put eyeshadow on. You need to let it dry for a little bit. This tends to need to be shaken up a little bit, so it's not, you know, a little watery when it comes out. It's got to get mixed a little bit. So that's the only thing with this one as well. Like I said, it works great. It's just little extra things you have to do with it that is like not really time consuming, but it's just an extra step. So again, I'm using the back of my hand for a palette and squirting a little bit onto my back of my hand. And we're going to use, I'm just trying to put things away because I don't have a lot of space in my closet, in my makeup shop. In the space out in the shop, we'll have plenty of space, but so I can have everything set out. This is Morphe M167. It's a concealer brush, but I use it for eyeshadow primer or concealer. It doesn't matter. You can also use, where's it at? This tends to be the main one I go to, but for the sake of the other ones I have like this are dirty, so I'm trying to save this for part of the rest of the tutorial. This is a Morphe M421. This is great for primer or concealer as well. It's a little smaller, so it's easier to get into smaller spaces. This one's fine for eyeshadow as well, even though it's a concealer brush. And you just want to get it on your eyes here. I'm trying to back up so I can see my mirror down here. It's a little shiny, but don't worry, it's going to dry just fine. My eyebrows need wax so bad. Next week, my appointment said I had to move my appointment for a family reason, so I had to push it back. So my brows are looking a little rough right now, but it's okay. Just for the sake of this, just ignore the, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but just ignore it if you can, just because they're looking a little Chewbacca-y. Okay, so that one's done. I keep wipes on hand or tissues just to clean the back of my hand off, because I tend to be accident prone, and you know, I hit my shirt, my face, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry for a second. We're gonna get our brows done. You can do, I tend to like dark brows these days. I never used to do that. I used to do my brows in the color that they were. I tend to like a darker brow, so we're gonna do a darker brow for this. I even like black these days, but I'm gonna use my favorite brow palette right now instead of NYX. But if you do like NYX, their precision, wow, I can speak English. Their precision brow pencil is amazing. I have it in black, and the only reason I ended up trying that is because, once again, Dave got me something for Christmas, and he bought black, not realizing it was a brow pencil, but I tried it, fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since. But right now, for this video, we're going to use Benefit Browsing's Pro Palette. It comes with powders and waxes. We're going to use powders for this video. I might have to pull my mirror up in my face for this one, but just because brows tend to be, oh, I can use the mirror right on the palette, you know. Hot Mess Express and True Just Fashion. So we're going to comb our brows out as best we can, because mine are a mess, like I said. And get them ready for, why do I feel like I lost hair there? So weird. I definitely shouldn't have. Maybe it's just the way they're combed. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I need a waxing, or maybe I did have hairs fall out. See right there? It's so weird. That's never been an issue for me before. I definitely didn't pluck them. I didn't, you know, I know what I'm doing if I do, but I didn't pluck them in January like I planned on. I got sidetracked and forgot, so I was like, screw it, I'll just wait till I wax them. So weird. Anyway, okay. Just gonna try to clean my brush off a little bit. The palette comes with a little a little brush for the wax and your brush for your powder. So I tend to like the darker shade, so that's what we're going to do. I don't know what that shade's called, but it's the second one from the top. I'm sorry, the third one from the top. And that's the one we're going to use for this. It is a little bit darker because, like I said, I like the darker brows lately. So I'm just going to do, this is kind of like I do a line across and outline my brows, and then I just fill them in, because I can control the shape of them as well, because I tend to like a hard arch, even though my brows don't grow like that. Okay. I like to color them in first before I brush them out and see what, you know, what needs fixed. I usually don't need anything fixed, but, you know, it depends on the day. my rooster going off for some reason outside. Lord only knows what he's crowing at, anything and everything these days. I have their smaller coop wrapped in plastic to keep most of the weather off of them, and so he crows at anything he hears, which is fine because he, you know, he's doing his job. This looks really dark. I know. Wow. My hand. See, this is why we keep things on. Keep a bag of these Q-tips on hand. They're great for mess ups, or if, you know, your hands tend to shake and go a little sideways. All right, so then we take our little bristle brush and brush them out. See, it's not as crazy when you brush them out, but it still leaves them as dark as I want them. I have that one little spot over here where hair's missing. That's like, this needs a little bit of a fill in. See, there we go. Sometimes when you brush them, you brush a little bit too much. There's days that, like, I do my brows and I hit it with one shot and call it a day. But when my brows are fuzzy like this and I have to get them waxed, it never goes right the first time, ever. For me personally, anyway. Okay, so yeah, and they tend to be a little thicker than I want. They look a little thick on camera, but they're actually not as bad in person, if that makes sense. Okay, so our brows are done. And our primer is set now. For this eyeshadow look, now we're going to go super glam, a little crazy. This may be too much for some people. There's ways to tone it down if you want to just do a transition color with the eyelid color that I'm going to do and not, you know, do anything else. I'm going to do 2 more looks. One's going to be a, sorry, my nose is like, it's cold weather. I'm going to do a little bit of so this one's going to be glam. The other look I'm going to do is a little bit mid-grade where it's like glammy, but not like super crazy. And the other one's going to be like super toned down, neutral for my girls who like to wear makeup, but not a ton of makeup. Okay, so obviously not every makeup look is for everybody. I tend to vary in my makeup looks from hardly anything to holy shit, am I going to a drag show? This is great, good, because I got the Morphe Nikita palette for Christmas and I have not even tapped into this palette yet. It is amazing. So we're going to try out some of the colors in here for this look. It has like crazy colors in it, toned down. It has a good mix of glitters, mattes, darks, lights, all of it. We're kind of going to tap into the pink and glittery for this one. So I'm super excited about that. Lord knows everybody, if you know me, you know I like pink. So, okay, let me get the brush that I need. Ooh, let me put this foundation away because we don't need it right now. Just so it's not in my way. I have like a 12 drawer roller thing here that's been like a godsend that I got for my birthday to organize makeup, especially because I don't have a lot of space in here. So everything that I have in here for my makeup personally is going to be also out in my shop. And then when I'm out there, I don't have to constantly travel. You know what I mean? I'm literally going to multiply things that I have. And plus what I have in my makeup kit already for makeup artist jobs. All right, for our transition color, I'm going to use Morphe M433 for our transition color. And that's going to be this light pink shade called Sakura. So we're just going to get it on here. And the great thing about leaving your powder here too is if you have a little bit of fallout, it's easier to clean up. But I can also, if I do have fallout on this one and I mess up, it also gives me the ability to show you how to fix it. Okay, So always tap your makeup brush to get the excess off. It controls the fallout. So let's see here if I can do this. So we're just going to go right in our crease. I have a little bit of a hood, so it makes things a little bit more difficult. So you want to go a little bit up in your crease and a little bit above it just to get the color to show, especially if you have crazy hooded eyes. That's really nice. I like this pink. It's like, it's baby pink, but it shows. It's not like, you know, baby pink that's like, is that even on my eyeball? Okay. Try and get a little bit darker in here with it so you can see. Okay. Go with the other eye. Sometimes you have to flip your brush. Not usually too much when you're doing creases, but I use my pinky and rest on my face when I'm doing that. Sometimes it helps guide it so your hand's not all over the place. I have cystic fibrosis, so some days my hands can be shaky. Today's not one of those days, but it's still just a good pressing point to help guide your brush. Okay, so we have our transition color on there. Make sure I have a matched. Okay, now we're going to go in with a little bit of dark color. Don't put anything else on this brush because we're going to go back in with the transition color to kind of blend a little bit. So for our darker color that we're going to go in with, we're going to use Morphe M441. It's just like this brush, just a little bit more fluffy, and we can guide it a little bit. You don't want to press hard with this one. It's literally just going to be like a light guide to get a corner color and blend it out. We're going to use the hot pink color Nikita for this one. I'm just going to set my palette back down here. Ooh, that's pink. All right, let's see here. I'm going to take it and literally start by going outwards on our eye. I go back and forth between outward and inward. And we're going to go take this really down onto our eyelid and in our corner. Okay. Don't worry about, we're going to take the other one and blend it out a little bit if it gets into your transition color. I'm going to take it a little further in the crease right there. So I'm just going like that and a little further in onto my eyelid. Okay. Now we can get the other side. I really like that pink. It's hot pink. Now we're going to go in right here to start our guiding point for our crease and our outer corner. I tend to notice that when I'm on the opposite side of my face, I tend to end up a little lower, so I have to correct it. Unless I'm, like, that's just for me personally. When I'm working on somebody, it's easier, you know what I mean? But I'm going to have to bring it up just a little bit. There we go. And then down. All right, let's see here. It's hard when I'm like kind of looking, so I have to like look into the mirror to see if I'm even here. And I am barely touching my eye with this brush, so you don't want to like press hard with this. Perfect. Okay, so we are all even and good with that. So now we're going to leave this brush alone. We're going to dab slightly into our transition color again, and we are going to just blend it out right here. Even if you go up a little further onto your brow, just to get rid of the hard lines. Sometimes when you have hooded eyes also, it's easier to leave your eye open and not close it. I tend to do a mix of both. So there we go. We have that blended out. All right, good. Now we'll deal with the top of our brows in a second. We are going to use a super glittery color right here. Now, sometimes I like to use the concealer there and then tap the glitter on. We'll see if this works with this specific color I want to use. We're going to use the color, the super white glittery shade called Nick. I would use the silver one, but I want to do the more white one because I'm gonna like it better for this look. But if you want to use silver, you can use silver as well. I'm gonna take, where's it at? See if I can find my eye. Did I throw it down there? I did. Let me see if I can use this one. Okay, this is a Morphe M432. Not what I would typically use for this, but what I have clean currently. You can use any concealer brush or that little tiny eyeshadow brush I told you about that we're going to use to put this white on. So I'm going to set this down, and we're going to create the space right here in the corner where this white is going to go. And then get the other side. So see, I created the space where the white's gonna go. Oop. I tend to drop things a lot. I have like a dropsy problem. Okay, I'm gonna just get this onto the brush really good. I'm just using the Shape Tape again for whatever concealer you have. Even if you have a lighter one or a white color concealers, that's good as well. Get my mirror back up here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of just tabbing and painting a little bit. I tend to be more hooded right here in the corner. Okay, there we go. So we have it all on there, and we're going to take our Morphe M421 in the shade Nick on the Nikita palette, and I'm literally just going to rub it like this, okay? And we are going to tap it on. Flip the brush over. I tend to stretch my eye out a little bit so I can make sure I got it in all the corners and on the edge there. Don't worry, we're going to blend it out right there so it's not, you can leave a sharp line if you want. Depends on which look you're going for. Okay, beautiful. Oh my God, There's people riding dirt bikes next to my house, and it's a constant problem. And they really just need to get a life. And it's like, there's snow and ice outside. Like, why? I really shouldn't complain, but it gets ridiculous sometimes. Okay, so we have our color on there. I am literally going to take the hot pink brush right here and just kind of brush down right here to blend it in. I didn't tap it back into the eyeshadow. I just want to use what's left on the brush. And just kind of blend it in. There we go. See? Beautiful. I like it. I think I look really weird with no mascara, eyelashes, or eyeliner on. So I tend to like freak out when I do looks because I don't know what it's going to look like until I put, you know, dark on, and because I have like my eyelashes are so light. So, okay. I actually really like the way this is looking so far. Beautiful. So our next step is to kind of highlight our brow up here. I am going to use Morphe M321. It's just a little floof brush, literally tapered. I'm going to use, let me see if there's one in the Nikita palette. There's not. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a mix here. I have a James Charles palette right here that my mirror is on. I'm going to use like a slightly beige sparkle to kind of highlight the top. I'm barely tapping it in there. Tap the excess off and just go in there and do a little bit of a highlight and blend right there. Shows my Chewbacca brows because I need a wax, but it's fine. I am going to take this dark and light pink under my eye right here, but we haven't got that far yet. If you need to touch up your white, which tends to happen if you blend out a little bit, which I just noticed, just go back in, leave the outer part of it alone because it's blended, and just tap some white back in there. There we go. Beautiful. We'll do our inner corners in a minute. I have all my brushes sitting here. Okay, so we're going to take this on to our under eye. I have a couple different brushes I can do this with. I have an Echo Tools brush right here. It has a blending brush and an under eye smudger. I have a Morphe M231 is also an under eye smudger. We're going to need a couple different brushes for this because I'm going to do the pink and the black. So, all right. For the hot pink, we're going to take our bigger smudger brush right here and dip it back into the Nikita color. Okay. And we're going to go and blend it up in off of our outer corner right here. This is going to look really weird without eyeliner on, even though I can get some looks to look really awesome without black eyeliner. It depends on what colors I'm using. I personally think this looks really weird on me until I, you know, finish the look. If I probably put lashes on, I could probably make it work. But the whole color under the eye thing is new for me in the last like 5 years because I never used to do it except for with my black eyeshadow to set my eyeliner, which is a trick I'm going to show you with this look. I'm blending it up in the outer corner so it doesn't look like it's two separate lines. And I'm literally just rubbing and smudging it out. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the light pink called Sakura on the tiny smudge brush. And I'm going to go up top a little bit with it so it blends in just a little bit on the top end of it. It's not going to take much. I'm barely touching my under eye with that. So it blends in and looks, and it just blends into the outer corner and looks really pretty. You see a little bit of a hard line right there. There we go. Okay. This is all about taking your time and making sure you do it right, because having to fix stuff is really hard. There are days, honestly, I'm not perfect. I'm a makeup artist. I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing my makeup myself since I was 14. I'm 38. I'm self-taught. I do have makeup certification. I've been trained just to hone my skills, but I knew I pretty much breezed right through it because I knew everything that I was being taught. Practice makes perfect. Try different things. Don't freak out if you mess up. I have days where one eye looks perfect and the other eye looks like, what the fuck just happened? And I have to redo it. There are days when nothing goes right. So it happens to everybody, including makeup artists that have been doing this a really long time. So don't freak out if you need to adjust and fix some things, because nobody's perfect and things happen, okay? Okay, so now the under eye black is the last thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing, putting eyelashes on. I am obsessed. Why am I looking over here? See, it's habit. I'm used to looking straight on when my camera's technically over here because of the way my ring light is. Okay. So, I am obsessed with Glam magnetic eyelashes. They are my new favorite eyelash, and I still glue strips on. I still do whatever, depending on what you're doing. You can do mascara with this. You can glue strips on. If you need private lessons to know how to do magnetic or glue strips, I offer lash courses. I'm going to also be lash extension certified here coming soon. But I can do the lash course in person or over a Zoom conference or a video chat, FaceTime, whatever you have. So if you need lessons on that, don't be afraid to reach out, and for my services for that. It's really super inexpensive for me to teach you how to do lashes, because it doesn't take that long. And even if it takes a little bit longer because you're struggling, I'm not going to hop off with you until you're comfortable enough, or in person, you don't have to leave until you're comfortable enough with this. It's not that hard. I put lashes on in the dark driving down the road at this point. It's kind of second nature to me, but I promise you it's not as big of a struggle as some of the marketing people make it out online to be, because they're promoting magnetic lashes. I'm not saying that you're not going to have bad days, because I still have bad days with lashes. I still even have bad days with magnetic lashes. It just depends on what you're using. I've tried all kinds of brands of magnetic lashes. Glammatic is my holy grail at this point. I love them. They have all different styles of lashes: short, long, thick, full, colored, whatever the case may be. I will tell you, I'm not a fan of the felt tip liner. It just is not, it does not work right for me. It doesn't stick as much as I want it to. It's probably user error. I guarantee it's user error, because the same shit that it's in the liquid, it's just in felt tip. But I just prefer to use the liquid because that's what works best for me. And I will also tell you that anchors are going to be your best friend with this. Anchors are little lashes. So when magnetic lashes first came out, they had anchors, and you would put a lash underneath and a lash on top of your lashes to squeeze in and put the lashes on. And that's what that's how magnetic lashes started. Then it developed into liner and liner bond and all the things that they have out now. But anchors on the corner, inner corner and outer corner of your magnetic lashes right now with Glamnetic are your best friends, especially if, depending on your eye shape, mine curves in a lot right here, as you can see. And my corners tend to lift first. But if I have anchors on, I don't have an issue, because it holds it on even if my magnetic liner is struggling a little bit. Always before you do glue lashes, magnetic lashes, whatever, put a coat of actual mascara on your own lashes so they blend in easy and it doesn't look like you have 2 layers of lashes. If you use mascara only and you're having a hard time finding a drugstore brand that gives you full pretty lashes and you don't want to buy Unique 4D, which is what I like for my lashes, Essence I Love Extreme is $4.99 at Ulta, and this mascara is the only one that I've ever liked in drugstore brand that gives me lashes that I want to have, that that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to put a layer on here of my, it doesn't need to be super thick. You don't need to go glam with it. It just needs to be enough to blend it in. I'm teaching my daughter how to do mascara and makeup currently. We're still getting, we haven't got to eyeshadow yet. She does have a palette of nudes that she's allowed to wear. And, except for cheer makeup, which I do on her because, you know, she ends up looking super glam for that because she needs to. So I'm super excited about that. But she is just a natural with mascara. And that girl has lashes that women pay big money for. Lashes and brows, man. She gets it from her daddy. Because I need to like do that girl's lashes and tag like every mascara company on the planet because they would kill for somebody with her lashes. It's crazy. Just enough. Like I said, just a simple layer. I have like lashes missing right here because like your lashes fall out. They do. They cycle themselves through and they fall out. And then there's like one day when you do your mascara and it's like, oh, this looks great. And then you do your mascara like 2 days later and you're like, what the hell just happened over here? I'm missing lashes. Your lashes cycle out and they fall out. So don't freak out. It took me years to learn that and understand that and know that because I would always freak out. Like, why am I missing lashes? But your lashes cycle. That's what they do. Okay, so we have a layer of mascara on, and we can go ahead and put our magnetic eyeliner on. For Glamnetic, this is the instruction specifically for Glamnetic. Okay, other magnet things can be different depending on which brand you're using. Hi, Raven. My pitties right here. Okay, you want to shake your magnetic liner up. So I like to just tap it. Okay, and we are literally going to just put we're going to line, right against our lash line, okay? And we're going to do 2 coats of this on each eye. We're going to do 1 eye at a time because you have to let it dry, but I don't like to do more than 1 eye at a time because, yes, I'm confident, but I don't want us to dry too much and then it not stick, so I like to focus on one side at a time, okay? There are many lash tools from basic. I use basic tweezer to these to, I am actually just ordered the 45-degree giant lash tweezers from MAC that I'm super excited. They're $18. They're worth every penny. This came with something I bought one time. And I mean, I like them. It's fine. It works. But I like the 45-degree angle tweezers because they just work better. Okay, so we're going to do our right eye first. Now, I tend to just kind of twirl it a little bit right on the inside to even the liner up so I don't, you know, overdo it. Get a mirror here. And I'm leaving my eye open for this so I can get it as close to my lash line as possible. And I will not talk while I'm doing this because Lord knows I need to concentrate. First layer's on. Second layer's on. Now we're going to let that dry for anywhere from like 60 to 80 seconds, okay? And I close this up in between. You don't want it to dry out. I do notice that after about 6 months, it gets a little goopy. I think I haven't figured out if there's a fix to that yet because I have a second bottle in my drawer. But if I do figure it out, I will let you guys know. Okay, we're going to need, I'm going to use these to put them on, and I'm going to get regular tweezers to put the anchors on. set this out of the way. Oh, my nose is just like a little runny today because of the cold air and being out in the chickens. Regular tweezers. Any pair of regular tweezers will work for the anchors. I have Glamnetic Bombshell. How convenient, right? But these are my favorite lashes. If you guys play around with Snapchat, you know there was a filter on there. You could probably still find it where it was like super thick eyelashes and black lipstick. These are those eyelashes. I shit my pants when they came in the mail and realized how thick they were and that they were called Bombshell of all things. These are my go-tos. I wear them all the time. I wear them with just liner and no makeup at all to put lashes on just to make myself look alive for the day. I do all kinds of things with them. They're my favorite ones. You can use any style lash you prefer. These are the ones I'm using for this look. For the more mid-grade look, I'm going to use Vibe that I got in the mail, which I've used, and they're really awesome. They're kind of like a wispy, and they're longer on the end. Okay, so I have these pinched in the tweezer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 magnets on this. You want to clean the magnets in between each use with a pair of tweezers very lightly. I can do a course on that if you want. And we're just going to literally sit them where they need to go on the liner. That's it. That's how easy it is. How freaking easy is that? That is like that was a game changer for me when I got these in the mail for the first time last year. Total game changer. They're a little pricey, but they're worth every single penny to be that easy to put on. So, okay. We're going to put the anchors on with them. I probably don't need them because my liner turned out really well, but I always like to put them on anyway, simply because for extra security in case my eyes tend to be watery, okay? So if I have that issue, these anchors are going to hold them on if my liner wants to be a little finicky later on in the day. And I'm talking like not right away. I'm talking after. They're waterproof, so I could run my eye under the sink, but for some reason my tears just like to loosen everything up on my face. So I paid like, I think it was like $6 or $8 for these extra anchors from Glamnetic because you will go through them fast. They tend to, you know, they only have a little bit of lash on them, so you tend to blow through them pretty quick if you wear lashes a lot. Okay, pair of regular tweezers. See the little lashes? You want the lashes to be curved up when you stick it under your eye so they go with your lash line. And this is how you want to grab them by the end of that. These are magnetic. It makes it a little bit difficult for me, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So you want them to be curved up just a little bit. You want to hold on to the end of it. And you're literally going to stick it up under your real lashes on the corner there till it meets the magnet of the other lash. This might take you a couple tries. Don't freak out if you peel your corner up, put more liner there, and redo it. Okay, it's not that hard. That's it. It's stuck on my corner now. My corner is not going to go anywhere because it's pinched in between the liner and my real lash. And I'm going to do one on the inner corner. Inner corners are always a little bit difficult for me because of the way I'm not going right on somebody. I'm going on myself, so my hands tend to not want to work sometimes. God bless this working for the first time for me for this video. That is amazing. This eye look is freaking stunning. I love it with these lashes. Mirror fell down. Okay. I tend to just pinch it in between my real lashes a little bit just to get the mascara to stick to it. And that is what I kind of like it without liner on the bottom. I don't know. We'll have to see. I might put liner on the bottom just to see what it looks like. I keep looking over here, sorry. Just to see what it looks like. And I think I don't know. I kind of like it with or without liner on the bottom, but we'll put liner on the bottom just to see what it looks like. Okay. So time to do the other eye. We're at 54 minutes right now on my camera. But see, this is, I'm teaching also, but you know, I'll probably have it edited in between to like speed up, you know, in between certain little things I could probably speed up. Okay, so we're going to do our other eye. I am right-handed, so this is always, unless I'm working on somebody, this is always difficult for me. I use my pinky as guidance. Okay, first layer's on. I tend to do this to get my second layer on, simply because it makes it easier for me. There we go. Okay, second layer's on. Let that dry. Put my liner away. Now, I will tell you that the liner is a little bit difficult to get off. If you put a layer of regular liner on before it, it makes it slightly easier. Boscia Makeup Breakup with a little bit of micellar water and a Q-tip makes it easiest for me. There is a couple other things that girls have recommended in the Glamnetic page that I'm going to try. There's actually a really makeup removing balm from e.l.f. that's supposed to be phenomenal. I want to try it anyway, just in general, and compare it to Boscia Makeup Breakup, simply because Boscia Makeup Breakup is $30 a bottle, and e.l.f. is a little bit more of a, you know, drugstore inexpensive brand. So I want to compare the two to see how it melts makeup off your face. Boscia Makeup Breakup is a game changer for me for heavy makeup users, because it literally melts right off, including waterproof mascara. But, you know, Glam, that's the only thing with the magnetic liner, and that's any magnetic liner brand, is it tends to be a little bit difficult to take off. So, sorry, my nose is just like doing its own thing today, so I apologize for that. Okay, getting it dry, getting it dry. This is actually not bad if you want to do something like this with a liner and your own mascara. You don't have to put lashes on. I have no lash. If you have really long lashes, and you did a liner and mascara, you could even do it with just mascara. It would look phenomenal by itself like that, as you can see the difference. Okay, gonna get our tweezers out again and pull our lashes off and get them ready to put on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do this left-handed because I'm insane. I'm not even left-handed, but it tends to be easier for me to do it like this. The Lord is on my side today. Let me tell you, sweet baby Jesus. Sometimes you have to lift your corners on. It's okay. That's fine. It sticks in the middle, and then you can adjust your corners accordingly, okay? Got a little bit of magnetic liner right there on the bottom, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and pull that off. Okay. Okay. Get our anchors. I've actually done a lot of this in my phone. I'm really proud of myself because, I mean, I'm looking in the mirror, but like I've actually done some of it actually in the camera, like looking at it like this, and I'm really proud of myself for that because I haven't, like, I'm not very good at that. Okay. I like that. That is just freaking amazing. All right, we're going to get our anchors. Again, grab it by the little bit of the lash. They're curled up naturally in the box to start with, so you want to just, you know, make sure you're... See, this one's being just a little bit finicky. Okay. This is the thing with anchors. This is reality. This is not like, you know, influencers that go, boom, magically it's done, you know, whatever. This is the reality of it. These are the struggles, you know what I mean? So it's not, you know, they have these problems too. Okay, I'm going to set that down for a second and make sure my corner is adjusted here. That last little corner is being a little finicky, so I'm going to put a little extra liner there. Bear with me. Let that dry for a second. See, I just need to put it back on the corner. I lifted the corner off a little bit so I could adjust it because it was just not sitting right and it was not sticking right on that last little magnet. I wear these lashes a lot. The magnets are probably getting wore out a little bit. They will wear out. You'll get about 45 uses out of them before they wear out. So I do wear these ones a lot. They're my go-tos. So it's not anything I'm doing wrong. It's nothing wrong with the brand. It's literally just some days it's finicky. See, this eye went so well that this, you know, I'm going to have a problem with this eye because... Okay, just go back to the anchors. Let's do the inner corner first. They don't want to stick to anything on this eye. They're being, it's being a bitch. Okay. I don't know what's going on. We might just leave it off this eye and I'll do the anchors later just for the sake of this video. Let me get a different anchor. Maybe it's this anchor. Pull my corner off. It's the way it's sitting on my eyes. So I'm not going to put anchors on this eye. I'm going to fix the eyelash and we're going to move on and I'll deal with it after this video. I'm fixing my liner right there where it peeled off from the anchor. The anchor pulled it off. These are the struggles you might have. It's nothing, again, it's nothing I'm doing wrong. It's just the anchors don't want to sit on. I might have the magnets on my eyelid a little too far up, so when it when it squishes in between my eyelashes, it wants to pull it down and off, and that tends to happen. That's one of the struggles with anchors. So we're just going to put the lash on and pretend like it's going to last for the rest of the day, which it probably will, and move on. dry for a minute. I'll literally take the liner with me to cheer tonight if we have cheer tonight, and, you know, to adjust it if necessary. Okay. That's fine. It's not going to come off. All right. So, other than that little mishap, this has gone great. So I am going to put black eyeliner on. This looks fabulous. Like, this looks absolutely fabulous. Like, I kind of want to take pictures with it. Let me see if I can do this without closing the video. I don't know if it took pictures right or not, but that looks freaking gorgeous. You can literally leave it just like that. I'm looking at myself, sorry. I'm not like... Okay. Sometimes you need to like just adjust the top of your eyelashes a little bit to make sure they match depending on how they sit on your face. It's eye shape, like there's just a lot of factors that play into it. So, there we go. That is the look, and we're going to do eyeliner, and I'm going to show you how to set it with shadow. Let me sharpen this. I got to sharpen this. I use many different eyeliners. I have, believe it or not, Ulta Beauty makeup is amazing for like a store brand. It's their store brand of makeup. I use the eyeliner, I've used eyeshadows, I've used, you know, a lot of things. I'm probably going to do a video on it down the road because it's going to be one of the store brands, you know, that I talk about. I'm just going to get this sharpened up. Okay. Nice and sharp eyeliner. I use any pencil eye sharpener will do, you know, this is like a Walmart brand. I have a couple of them on hand. I keep a couple of them in my makeup kit to sharpen different things. I always take a tissue, and this is a different tissue, by the way. Sorry, it's not my nose one. I always have like a thing of, I have paper towels sitting out, hand wipes, everything when I do makeup. I run the liner across it just to, you know, because when you sharpen the tip, sometimes it tends to be a little pointy, and you need to soften it just a little bit before you put it on your face. Okay, I am literally going to do this on my waterline. So, all the way to where the shadow ends. I'm not taking it to my inner corner. Right on my water and lash line. That's it. That looks amazing. Wow. Yeah, that made it pop. Take it into your corner where your lashes and outer line are. I would normally do a wing, but we're going to leave a wing off for this one, but you can do a wing if you want for this look. There. Okay. Actually, I might do. I don't know. My eyes, probably because I had trouble with this eye, I may not do a wing. I might leave it like this. I think it looks fabulous like this. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it be. I'm not going to overthink it, because when I tend to overthink it and I go, oh, let me do this, let me add this, that's how it ends up fucked up, and then I have to start over. Okay. To set your shadow, to set your eyeliner, you need, where is it at? You need an angle brush. This is again from Echo Tools. I have, you know, my Morphe one is dirty. Like I said, I have a mix. 98% of them are Morphe, but any angle brush will do. You need a black eyeshadow. I'm just going to use the one in James Charles. Now, the one in the James Charles palette, I have this James Charles palette, okay? is it's very powdery, okay, because it's so pigmented. So you really want to tap before you set your shadow. Otherwise, you're going to have fallout on your face and it's going to be a hot mess. Okay, so you want to dip your angle brush in your black shadow, sides and the bottom, and tap it, okay, really well. And you're just going to go directly over the line. Dip it back in if you need to. This, you should not have to touch your shadow up, your liner up for most of the day, if not all day. There. Now it's set. And it actually makes it pop a little bit more. Okay. So that is, boom, our eyes are done. It looks freaking, dude, this is actually kind of one of my most favorite looks I've ever done. This was so random, and I have never done this look before, and I am like raging over it right now. Okay, so let's do our face. We're going to contour. Nothing crazy. I don't do any kind of crazy contouring. I can if I need to, but for this look, I'm not going to. I'll scoot over here so I can open my drawers and get my setting powder, which is It Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. You can use loose or pressed. Still learning my own drawers. Get a little bit of bronzer and my contour. Now, I'm not using liquid contour. I need to up my blush collection. I have a lot of blush, but it's whatever. Okay, so this is Benefit Hoola Mini, okay? This is what we're going to use to just contour our face, and then we're going to use our bronzer to go over it. So I am going to use, now normally you can actually use either one of these brushes. I'll show you both. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH04 angled brush. It's great for contouring or blush. The Morphe, sorry, this is a MAC 168. You could use that. I know I have a Morphe in here somewhere. Here it is. Morphe M530 is another one that you can use to contour. Actually, we'll use the Jaclyn Hill for blush, and we're going to use the Morphe to contour. The MAC or the Morphe, it's fine. But this, again, is Morphe 530. We're just going to kind of get it in here. Get it on our brush. Tap it. Always tap it. Always. And you're going to go from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. There's a line here that you want to use. My cheeks have fallen over the years. I really need to get like filler in there to put my cheeks back in place. It's the reason, if you look at my lips, and it's kind of one of the things, I have a lip appointment next week. But my face has, when you get older, your cheeks and your fat in your cheeks break down and they can fall. If you look at older pictures of me, my lips are perfectly matched. Now, this side angles down straight and this side rounds out, and it really shows when I do my lips and in pictures, and I hate it. So I got a lip appointment next week to try to get it fixed a little bit as much as I can till I can put the filler back in my face and kind of turn my lip out. All I have to do is like lift it right here a little bit to turn my lip out to match the other side and put my cheeks back in place. But that's I have to save for that. But but she can fix it just a little bit, enough to get it to, sort of match so it doesn't look so crazy in pictures. It drives me absolutely batshit crazy and I hate it. But it's just my natural anatomy. It's asymmetry issues. Everybody is always asymmetrical, but that's why you do things to kind of fix those things. And there's a way to mask it till I can put my cheeks back where they belong. And I'm not talking like, holy shit, put my cheeks up here. I'm just like back where they naturally were. Okay, corner of your mouth, top of your ear. I just kind of went on a rant. You want to start and lightly touch right here and then take it down to the corner of your face. Same thing. other side of your face. I really don't need to contour my face because I'm tiny enough as it is, but I like it with the contour. It gives me a little bit of dimension because I'm so pale that I just need a little bit of dimension. You know what I mean? So fluff that out. You want to literally fluff that out and just sharpen the line down to your face. Now we're going to bake it below. So we're going to get our baking powder back out again. And this is what I'm talking about, to bake your contour, to highlight this part of your face and the area after. Oh God, I just dumped my baking powder in my drawer. That was awesome in true Jess fashion. Now we're going to use a bigger sponge for this. I'm just going to use, my daughter got me these sponges for Christmas. They came in a little like snowflake thing. They're actually pretty amazing. I don't know who makes them. Let me look. 7-piece makeup blenders. I don't even know who the hell makes them, but she found them somewhere, and they're actually pretty awesome sponges. So I am going to take the corner of this and go up literally right under my contour. That's it. And we're going to leave it bake there for a second. Doesn't need to be perfect because you're going to brush it off. Okay. Leave it sit. Don't touch it. Set it and forget it. Okay. I'm going to have to wipe that out with a makeup, with a everyday wipe, because that was a disaster. Okay. So contour's on. Let's put our blush on. The one I'm going to use is just my go-to. This is my go-to all the time. It's fine. It is Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso number 5. So we're just going to tap our brush on here a little bit. Get it on. Tap it off. Smile. Because, you know, just on the apple of our cheek. That's it. And blend it in with our contour right there. Okay. You can use whatever color blush you want. This is kind of like a neutral with a pink undertone. It's good for this look. Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. This is why we keep our foundation brush out. Okay. Sorry. Because then we can touch our nose back up from damn tissues the whole time. Okay. Just one of them days. Okay. Now, that's fine. We can put that in the wash basket. And so we are going to take a big fluffy brush, okay? This is a Morphe M527. You can use this for blush, bronzer, whatever you need it for, okay? And we're going to dust off our baking first. We're going to start off by doing that, okay? You can use the smaller brush if you need to, like a smaller fluffy brush. This is the MAC to get the baking from under your eyes. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this for my setting powder, but I'm going to bronze the rest of my face a little bit just to give it a little bit of dimension other places. Another fluffy brush I have is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02. It's equivalent to that one, okay? This came in a free, like, beach bag thing I got from Ulta for buying, God only fucking knows what I bought. But it's a bronzer. This is actually my favorite bronzer. I love it. I'm just going to tap lightly into it. I don't need a lot on the brush, okay? Tap it, and I'm literally just going to do this. I'm going to go up above my hairline, down my forehead, right, and just literally right there. Just to leave this highlighted, this area highlighted, that area highlighted, okay? Nothing, that's all I need. Don't overdo it, okay? It's literally all you need. And then I'm going to go back in with my other fluffy brush. Now, I like the loose powder, but I bought the pressed powder this time just because I was doing something else with it, and that's just what it doesn't matter which one it is, loose or pressed, it does not matter. Take your fluffy brush, swirl it in your pressed powder, okay? Tap it just ever so slightly. And this is going to get rid of any other fine lines, wrinkles, pores that the base didn't cover, and that your foundation or your blush or anything else has highlighted. And it's going to matte down the Illumination if you have the Illumination foundation that we used. And you're going to put it all over your face. It still leaves it highlighted, but it takes away shine and it mattes it down. And it gives you like a totally filtered look. It is like an act of God. Okay. I really have to wipe that out. That's just a hot mess in there. All right, so there we go. Our face is done. You can highlight if you want. If you wanted to highlight, there's a highlighter by Becca. I think it's in Pearl or Moonstone or something. That's freaking amazing. If you want to go a little bit more expensive brand, Revolution. It's by Makeup Revolution London. It's strobe highlighter. This highlighter is amazing. It's really inexpensive. You can use a fan brush if you want. This is the Morphe M310, or you can use your finger. I tend to sometimes use my finger and then fan it out. Because I want to go light on it today, I'm just going to use the fan. But if I wanted to like accentuate it, I would definitely accentuate it. If you really want to go, holy shit, there's highlight on my face. This is NYX Away We Glow liquid highlighter. I put it on my face and then blend it with my finger and then put this over it. And it's like, holy shit, strobe on my face. Okay. We don't want to go for that for today. I just want to do a little bit of a shine. That's it. So I'm going to get right at the top here, at the top apple part of my cheek, at like in between my eye and my face. That's it. That's all I need. That's it. See, that's all you need. Just a little bit of highlighter, maybe a little bit on your nose and on your Cupid's bow. That's it. You don't even have to do that part. I just like to do that part. Okay. Get my highlighter put back together. It broke. Again, I have the dropsies, so, you know, it tends to be, it tends to happen in my life. Okay, lips. Now, I didn't really think about lip before this, but because we have like a dark, bright eye, we want to go with something gloss or nude. I have not tried the Kylie Jenner lipstick that I bought yet, so I'm going to try that. That's Dolce Creme. This is Creme Brulee. I have not tried this lipstick yet, so you're going to get a live review in this. I have not used a single Kylie product ever. This is my first time. So let me prep my lips with some. I make lip balm. We're going to get to that. I'm going to, I haven't made it in a while, obviously, since we switched everything over to Bombshell. You know, there's still some things going on in the back end to be able to go sell those things again. So, when we get back to that, you guys will hear about my lip balm. Those of you who've been following me for a long time know it's the best damn lip balm you've ever used. And I have the reviews to prove it. It's the best damn thing David's ever created as far as skin products. And it's not petroleum based, so you don't need to use it 10,000 times a day. And it really does wonders for your lips. I have to be careful about what I say it does for your lips. If you want to know, I can talk to you privately. But because of labeling reasons and the FDA and all this shit like that, I can't say certain things. So I'm just going to use some cheap, stupid, like, cocoa thing and lip smackers and all this shit to get my lips moisturized. And a lip plumper by New Skin that I use. So just for the sake of this live, that's what I'm using. But normally I use the lip balm that I make. I need to order tubes and shit like that and get that in and get it going again. So when I am able to sell it again and offer it to you guys, then I can, you know, rock away with it. Where's my lip plumper? Let me just throw some of that on real quick. Not that I need it, but that's just a quick. Do whatever you need to do to prep your lips for lipstick. Now, if we were doing a matte color, I probably wouldn't prep my lips. I would leave it dry. If I was using Lip Sense, which I'm obsessed with, which we'll talk about, I would not put anything on my lips either, because your lips need to be dry for that. So if I'm using a matte lipstick, I would not put chapstick on. I would just make sure they were moisturized in the morning, and then whatever they were at by the time I did my makeup is what they were going to stay at. Unless you were peeling, but if you use my lip balm in the future, you would know you're not going to have that issue. Okay, where's my gloss? Okay, we're going to use Kylie Jenner's Creme Brulee Cream Lipstick. Okay, again, I've never used this product before. This is the first time it's gone on my lips. I just opened the box. It has never been out of the box. The Creme Brulee colors of these nudes, these kind of nudes, are one of my favorite. I gotta stop looking over here. One of my favorite colors when I use nudes. So I'm super excited to try this. And then we're going to top it with a gloss. Maybe, maybe not. If I'm going to top it with a gloss, Jeffree Star's The Gloss in Diamond Juice is my new favorite gloss. I'm obsessed with this. I wear it 24/7. Literally, another favorite gloss of mine, if I can find it, is, where's it at? It's not it. Where the hell did it? Oh, it's right here. It's actually by Ulta. It's a plumping gloss, and it's Ulta Beauty Lip Plumping Transforming Top Coat. It's super glossy. This, I'm telling you, I'm going to do a live on Ulta Beauty. You're gonna shit your pants when you see that. It makes your lips look like you got, you know, plumped up. All right, so let's try this out for the first time and see what we're going to talk about. And I'm probably going to cut this part of the video out for my own thing to talk about for this lipstick for a review. But here we go. Okay. I'm obsessed already. This goes on so silky smooth and creamy. I'm not even joking. Holy shit, Kylie Jenner. Why have I not used your shit sooner? Sometimes I line my lips. Sometimes I don't. If I wanted to line my lips, I probably would use just like a little bit of a dark brown with it. But I don't want to do the brown with the pink. So I'm literally just leaving it like this without a liner for this look. I tend to take it back to the 90s sometimes with the liner. Those of you who grew up in the 90s and know with the darker liner and lighter lips know exactly what I'm talking about. My lip ring tends to get in the way. I need to order new lip rings. I am fucking obsessed with this color and with this lipstick. Oh my God. I don't even think I'm going to put gloss on. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I need gloss. We'll do it just for the sake of the video, but I am fucking blown away, Kylie Jenner. I have another color in here called Dolce de Leche. I don't know how to pronounce it. That I'm going to try, obviously. I'm going to go back and probably buy every single color in this lipstick at Ulta. I'm not even joking. This is the, I don't know if it was like specifically one of, it looks like just one of her cream lipsticks. I don't know if it's like, I know she has different ones. This is the box it comes in. Kylie Jenner lipstick. That's it. Like creme brulee. Go buy this damn lipstick. I am obsessed. Creamy, goes on smooth, not cakey at all. Go buy it. All right, just for the sake of this video, we're going to put some Jeffree Star's gloss over it because I'm obsessed with this gloss. It doesn't even need it. It really doesn't. It's honestly just to give it a little bit of a sparkle, but it does not need it. Okay. Actually, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that combo. If you have that color gloss, now I wipe my gloss off when I mix it with a different color, just so my thing stays clean and doesn't go back into my gloss. But yeah, okay. I'm obsessed with this look. This is one of my new favorite looks. There you go. There you have it, guys. This is your super glam Valentine's Day look. Stay tuned for your next look. I'm going to try to bang out 2 more looks before Valentine's Day. I'm going to try to bang out both looks actually to drop tomorrow, because some people are going to be celebrating on Saturday because Valentine's Day is on Sunday, and, you know, Facebook banned me, so I'm kind of doing things in other channels right now. Okay. This look could be used, bachelorette party, night on the town, New Year's Eve, whatever the case may be, Easter, for Christ's sake, if you want to go super glam, because you know me, I like to wear a lot of makeup. This is actually one of my new most favorite makeup looks. I'll probably rock this look a lot if I go out. I tend to get hooked on a specific type of look sometimes, and I wear that look a lot. This is going to be one of those looks that I just constantly do and wear it with this lipstick. I'm obsessed. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I'm super happy with myself, and I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, this is kind of tacked onto the back end because I totally forgot to record this at the end of my tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a follow on Instagram if you're just seeing this post. Find my business page on Facebook at Bombshell Glam and Style. I am on a little bit of a lockdown right now, so I'm using mainly Instagram. And make sure you check the visitor post section of the business page, because my other admin, Sarah, is posting for me in there. We also do have a VIP group on Facebook if you want to join it, called Bombshell Glam and Style VIP. So please join that group also as well, so you can find me in many different areas, because Sarah's posting for me there too. But right now the main place is Instagram, and there's more to come in the future. So thank you, and till next time.